Tuna wageni watatu, Mheshimiwa Sebastian Kapufi mbunge, ambao ni wadau wa maendeleo kutoka Marekani. Wadau wa maendeleo kutoka Marekani, karibuni sana.
Container packed with supplies that need to make their way to families in Africa, like yesterday. You said this is a 53-foot trailer? This trailer is packed with medical supplies destined to the motherland. We need to help get these out of here. What were you taught about marriage? Did it have you properly prepared for the journey or desperately frustrated looking for the nearest escape? I'm Shar, founder of Law for Love, the most special place in the legal system in Atlanta. And after navigating families through the court system for more than 13 years, we are now taking those lessons learned to serve and support families to build healthier, happier, more purposeful marriages. Join us live on YouTube at Law for Love ATL Monday nights for our family meetings. Yes, grown folk discussions.
Here we go. Shalom, salama, siyemi, shalom. Greetings to all my Israelite brothers and sisters from around the world, whether you're the bloodline of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the house of Israel, and to all the Gentiles that are grafted in under the blood of Yahusha HaMashiach. I welcome you this morning. Covenant Awakenings is going to have a format change. So family, buckle up because Covenant Awakenings is about to go right wing. I starting next week, I will have my MAGA hat on. Covenant Awakenings will turn into coon awareness. I will have my MAGA hat. I will have my overalls, and I will have a flannel shirt with the talking with the wheat straw. Um, in a southern drawl because I'm here in the South. Do 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 do. Man, we're gonna talk about Kamala. I'll remonetize my channel and go from there. I'm an Israelite version of Candace Owens. I believe in Yahushua HaMashiach. Can't we just also have an orange Jesus? We have an orange Julius before the recession. Well, Clifford Possible, I would like to get those contributors in once my platform jumps to about 2 million subscribers overnight. My guests will look like the Chuck E. Cheese characters. I'll have a cartoon of an orange raccoon. We'll have our Sambo skits. We will definitely have our Clayton Bigsby skit. Covenant Awakenings. Karras divorced his wife after he was able to regain his sight because he realized that his wife was white and he was black and called her an end lover. Palm power. Palm power. Y'all can make the fist. We make the palm. Oh yeah, look, YouTube will stop messing with my algorithm immediately, I would be like probably at about 2 or 3 million overnight. My algorithm will be on up there. I'll be in the little overall outfit, eyes all bucking. Massa said we needs to vote in this election. I is gonna vote. I is gonna do my parts as American. I love my country. Brother Karras, you're educated, aren't you? I am, but I've got to play my part. Cause I love me some biscuits and chicken. Ah. You know, I retired as a captain in the U.S. Army Reserves. Over 15 years active duty, 23 years of reserves, and I'm gonna tell you, the fried chicken that I make is called the captain's fried chicken. You got the colonel, but the captain knows the troops. So you can try it. Don't deny it. The captain's fried chicken, yeah. The captain's fried chicken, yeah. Come on, Sister Shard. That's my backup singer. The captain's fried chicken.
You are working overtime right now to bring me into the ignorance, and I am keeping myself on mute because you are just continuing to unravel to deeper and deeper depths of tomfoolery this
The
morning.
wings are finger licking. All those sauces are dipping. Coupons to be a clipping. 6-piece. You know we tripping. Mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm. So what if my president, Mr. 45, his words are slurring? He forgot to get his creamsicle bath, so he's not looking real orangey. Coon awareness.
So now you've changed your affiliation. I thought you were a coon for Kamala.
Oh, well, that's going to be in 2 weeks if coon awareness don't work. He's paying YouTubers 10,000. Hey, come on over here, Kamala. We will be eating samosas and curry chicken together. Marsala chicken. Isn't that right, Marsala? Oh. Brother Gart, I don't know what you're talking about. That Australian break dancer, the way she was able to move brought tears to my eyes. People didn't know what those gyrations were, except to us coons right here. We said that is like a Russian ballet dancer. That is almost a Tarkovsky's finest. All I know is when I saw the Australian break dancer, I said, yep, white people invented breakdancing and hip hop. Stop it. You had Vanilla Ice, but then we had Lip Biscuit and Kid Rock, and that changed the game. And let's not forget about our superhero Eminem. Let me check my emails. Is YouTube buying this? Is the algorithm buying this? Oh, if it could be that easy. Gonna have to do something because they already done took away DEI things, and now you already know they are not going to hire any black folks. That's gone. The days are numbered. Just like a certain place's days. So let's get into it. Thank you for those that have supported this channel. I definitely appreciate it. Need your prayers, family, as things are moving in these next couple of weeks, months, and I'm praying hopefully not years. All right, let's go ahead and let's get into this. All right, so I dropped this link in the chat. So yesterday wasn't really much going on. Now I'm not gonna let me caveat that. Yesterday wasn't a lot going on in terms of the news cycle because the news cycle really suppressed things. Let me explain this to you. Last August, August 5th, you had the stock market crash. It was a crash. And it would have been more stocks wiped out. They did the circuit breaker for that reason. And they also did the BlackRock, or formerly BlackRock, whatever you want to call it, props. It was an artificial prop. So when people say, "Oh, the stock market is back," and then you have these artificial news stories, everybody invests. Look, it was just a blip. Everybody invests. Well, the problem that you have is you don't have the financial support. Financial support is basically your numbers. If you sell, let's go to this economic model. If it takes you $2.50 to produce an orange, and people can only afford $1.50 per orange, then what do you think is going to happen to that orange market? Something is going to have to give in terms of inputs. Something is going to have to give in terms of either the quality of the orange, the processing of the orange, the shipping of the orange. Because if it's not going to sell at $1.50 or $2.50, it has to start coming down to $1.50, which means folks are going to have to start getting laid off to do what? To cut production cost. Which means you're going to have more unemployment. And that also means, yes, your supplies will plummet because why? Because there's not a demand for it. So then, do you continue to invest in a company that is not going to make money and be profitable? Because why? Because your share price that you bought for $5 a share is only now worth $1.50. And are you going to reinvest, especially if you know that you're not going to be making money because that company may call it quits and chapter for or file for chapter 7, 9, 11, or 13 bankruptcies? So this is where we're at. So the news cycle had to focus on, I don't even know what to focus on. I think the election stuff. But they didn't really want to focus on anything else happening around the world because, let me just tell you, it's not good for business. Oh, and by the way, we're literally on the verge of a nuclear disaster, courtesy of Ukraine via proxy arm of the United States and NATO. I think a lot of people want to be disingenuous with the state of affairs here in the United States. It's not the fact of if or if we go to war, it's when we go to war, and how devastating will that be? And if it's that devastating, who's going to fight? Who's going to fight? Are your sons and daughters going to fight? I have two elder children that meet the draft criteria, and it doesn't matter if one's a female. So now folks are going to have to make some real choices. Oh, and by the way, they will raise the draft age. Because why? Because our population is a much older population. They will probably have a minimum, a draft age, topping out around 50 years old, minimum. Why? What does that do? Well, number one, population will plummet. Because I guarantee you, not a lot of the people, especially between the ages of 35 and 50, will even be able to handle a 100-pound pack for at least 5 miles. Well, you got to fight. You got to fight. You got to make the ultimate sacrifice. You just can't live here and not make the sacrifice. And who do you think they're going to target first? It ain't going to be them. Oh, it's going to be us. Because why? What's the narrative? The narrative is, it's black people that take all the jobs and take all the services and take, uh, blah, blah, blah. Sorry, Ninja Firewolf. Guess what? That ain't stopping them in Ukraine. You can make all the excuses you want. Does your finger still work? You don't need to be talking back to do orders to fire that weapon down range at the enemy. But I got debilitating arthritis. Don't worry, we'll provide a prosthetic for that. We'll give you a trigger assistance mechanism. Exactly. That's the only thing that needs to talk. Don't worry, let the trigger pulling do the talking. Anyone else have any excuses? So who do you think they round up first? Sorry, it ain't gonna be them immigrants. Send in the black folks. They're gonna be looking at every black person like they're AJ Barabbas. Talking about get to the front lines. We'll sit back. I'll pity the fool. Dun 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 dun. You can wear the gold chains all you want. If you survive with those gold chains, that's your reparation. They they wrap you with 50 pounds worth of dookie chain. Get to the front line, because if you don't fight, you got the reparations on your neck. All you got to do is survive. Yep, hunger reparations. Exactly, Garth. So while Russia was being invaded, and I look at it like this, I think that was meant to happen. It just gives more credence. Israel preparing for large scale attack from Iran as U.S. orders warships to accelerate deployment. Israel's preparing for large scale military attack. Well, I thought they could do it all. Remember that narrative that they were trying to give us of, oh, Israel really doesn't need our help. They could do all this stuff. They could blah blah blah. Here's the funny thing about that Eastern Mediterranean nation. If you didn't know, that Eastern Mediterranean nation, it lost to Jordan. Oh, but here's what they don't tell you. When they tried to do that back in the late 60s and early 70s, they got beat twice. It wasn't just once, it was twice. They tried to take the East Bank of the Dead Sea and the Jordan. All they were left with was just the West Bank. And I saw that with my own eyes, where it says, if you swim over that Jordan or Yarmouk, which is really what it's called a Yarmouk, but they'll just say it's the Jordan. You will be electrocuted in the water. Some history and trivia facts that they don't share with you. Just saying. No, I don't believe. This is my opinion. This is my opinion. I don't believe the second Exodus will happen before then. I believe the second Exodus will happen afterwards. I believe it'll happen while they are still fighting. Because I believe, this is my opinion, I believe that as soon as things pop off, that they will target us way before they target anybody else. Matter of fact, I don't even think that they would fire a shot at them because they'll be too busy trying to come after us. That's my opinion. Before I die or get destroyed, I get deleted, I'm going after them first. If you didn't understand, that is their calculus. And they've said that multiple times. So if they said it, I think you probably want to believe them. We've been in Jacob's trouble. We've been in Jacob's trouble. Now, this is the last bit of effort that they can have against us because that's really the end of their kingdom. What we're seeing is we're seeing the end of their kingdom. No, you got to understand, it's not that they're going to be lost and surrounded. What you're going to see is everybody's going to rush the United States, right? In terms of, well, we got to provide what? International relations and international security. Why is that? Because France is basically ran by foreigners. Same with Germany. You know, population collapse does really take a toll on society. And their population had collapsed since the early 2000s. That's why they had a destabilization effort in Syria. Bring them on board. Turkish, bring them on board. Hey, destabilize their economy. You ever wonder why Turkey's economy is always messed up? Why Turkey can never get into the EU? And man, they tried so hard to get into the EU. I remember back in 2000, I think it was like 6 or 7, and they admitted Greece into the EU. And I'm telling you, Greece, their economy was horrible. I mean, absolutely horrible. And they still got admitted. And Turkey was mad. Wait a second, you're allowing Greece into the into the EU, and their economy is terrible. It was a right. Well, it was literally an international uproar that Turkey created. And they had to tell Turkey, hey, calm down, your turn is coming. Because it wasn't just the EU, it was like Romania, Greece, and like another, Eastern um, European nation. And their economies were horrible. And the Turks were mad. Wait, do you not consider us European. Remember, that was a big shift for them. They wanted to be, European so bad, or considered, in the EU club so bad. And they had been pursuing that for like the last 6, 7 years after that. And it wasn't until about 2015, 2016 that they started to really disengage. And they were just like, all right, we're just going to do our own thing. So they go to the east, then they go to the west, and they go to the east, and they go to the west. And let me tell you something that was actually pretty remarkable in these last 2, 3 months, especially with this buildup. Turkey had said something very interesting. I think it was back in May, June timeframe. Turkey had said this. They said, we're prepared for World War III. So, the West, NATO was like, oh, you're prepared for World War III. Okay, perfect. Yeah, all right, good. You can start shutting down, the Strait of the Bosphorus Strait from Russian ships and everything else and all that other and yada 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 yada. And then a couple days later, Turkey reclarified its statements. They said, no, we're ready for World War III. That when everything goes down, we're there to help support Palestine. Oh my goodness, people were pissed. Wait a second, Turkey. We've been dangling this carrot over your head. You're supposed to fall in line to the West. I said, yeah, no, if everything goes down, no, we can't do that. We can't support it. You have, and they said this, you have a genocider in Israel, and we're not going to support. And people are getting mad. Who got to you? Did the Russians get to you? Did the Chinese get to you? What's happened? Honestly, I'm still waiting for Erdogan to meet a tragic accident. Recep Erdogan is the president of Turkey. And remember, the moment that you go against the West, the moment you get demonized, oh, he's a dictator. Oh, he's this, he's that, and it's like, wait. Y'all were just, riding his coattails just a few years ago for him to get elected. And Turkey had to remind them that no, remember, you don't see us as European. We are over here on the Asian Minor Steppes. We're over here next to Syria. We're over here next to Iraq. We're over here right by Iran, right by Russia. And we've had friendly relations with Russia. And we're going to keep it that way. So, hence, why do we see this carrier strike group moving into Eastern Mediterranean? It says here it comes as U.S. Defense Secretary Lord Austin has ordered a nuclear powered guided missile submarine to the Middle East and is telling the USS Abraham Lincoln aircraft carrier strike group to sail more quickly to the area. Now, I want you to understand what is actually happening. You'll have other folks, other commentators, supposed analysts. I'm glad that they're analysts, but I've never seen them go to any type of of a formal school. Man, when I went to my schools in the military, especially at Fort Huachuca, captain's career course, top five. That was top 5%. I didn't play. I went there as a first lieutenant. I didn't even play. You want to go do this? You want? No. No. I was there to do the work. You know, the crappiest thing was when your instructors tell you, "Hey, we're going to give you this award. We're going to give you this recognition on your AED." It's like some sort of evaluation. They put it in there top 5. So I was recognized for it. I keep all those documents. I was recognized for it. But we can't really show you that. You can't really graduate because you're not a captain yet. See, let me just tell you this. If I was white, I would have graduated. With the peers. And we had some smart folks. We had folks. There was one I was chasing. I was about 3 from him. Yale. Some folks were from some other Ivy League high. I'm like, St. Leo University. What's that? Where's that? Look, it's a university here, north of Tampa, right down the street from me. You could have gone to USF. You could have gone to Stetson. You could have gone, yeah, but you want to know what? I'm comfortable at the school. I like the school. I didn't play around with my IPB, intelligence preparation of the battlefield. I didn't play around with any type of strategic analysis. That's what I did. It was nice to have an intelligence assessment. That had been utilized by a president. That's the only thing I can say. When we're out of captivity, I may elaborate even more when we're out of captivity. So I'm just trying to give you the credentials of sorts of, my analysis. Instead of folks that have never served a day in the military, never served a day at a strategic 4-star command, never served a day in other places. But here I am on YouTube being constantly censored and, having the AI censoring. I don't have a store to tell you about where you can get Mylar and Kevlar and other types of things. No, I don't have that. You want to know why I don't have that? Because to be quite practical, what do you do and where do you go when your food, water, and air sources are all contaminated? You'll only survive in the bunker for so long. I'm just saying. I can ration this out for 15 to 20 years. Okay, great. But everything around you is going to die within, 6, 7 months. So what are you going to do? You're going to take that last remaining, 6 months worth of rations to do what? Travel 5,000 or 500 miles? Looking like Book of Eli? I mean, come on now. I'm sorry. But I really feel bad for those folks that get sold on that lie. No, you're going to evacuate. You're going to leave. And you're going to pray that there was somebody that was there as a liaison that was helping to bridge the gap. Because when worse comes to worse, he's going to look at himself and he's going to see in the mirror, oh, dang, I'm black. Kids, let's go. Honey, we'll take a chance with you. Through the continent. But what about your preps? What about your supplies? Oh yeah, that stuff. Whatever.
Shalom, everyone.
I wasn't accounting for the radiation turning the ground into glass. I wasn't accounting for, the nuclear fallout. Oh man. Yeah, let me get in touch with Sister Chantel.
Shalom to everyone. I'm outdoors, so it's probably going to get a little noisy. I only came on to say shalom to everyone because I don't have my hands to greet everyone. But, oh my gosh, it's hot. I have not seen the sky so blue. The past few days, at least week or so, it's been a dream here in London, of all places. No gray skies.
Wow, that's kind of weird. So let me tell you, Brother Asaph had said a couple of years ago, he said, you all would probably be leaving after us.
Probably, more than likely.
I don't know.
I held my breath because I was like, that's what we thought.
That's what you thought. Exactly. Yep. Go ahead.
Sorry. Now it's looking like we're going to have to get up out of this place, man. These people are acting a bit, they're crazy. Sorry. Yeah, these people are acting really crazy. Right now where I am is peaceful. My little corner of London is fine so far, but I'm not holding my breath.
Let me tell you, that's what they said during the Inquisition.
Yeah, I know. As I said, I'm not holding my breath.
Inquisition. Oh, my little place.
My little corner. It might kick off in Tesco's Extra. That's a supermarket. Big one. So, I don't know, man. Right now, it's okay. It's okay. In fact, the roads are really empty.
Let me ask you this: when it comes to what we're seeing with the United States bringing another carrier strike group, I think that's going to be a total of like almost 5 in the Mediterranean area. This is my analysis. I'm going to tell you this. My analysis is this. Remember, they had already said that there was going to be more so a preemptive strike
They keep
by
putting
the
these things
West.
out there. They want that.
No, by the West.
Oh,
The
right.
West,
Okay. Yeah.
the West wants Iran to strike. See, Iran doesn't care. They're going to take all the time in the world. And let me tell you, it's the West that doesn't know how to be patient. Be patient. That's what they're gonna.
Well, that's how they've had so many wars, but they also need it because they need money.
Exactly. Exactly. That's what. Listen, family. I'm gonna tell you this. Iran doesn't need to do anything because you want to know why? They're running scared. All Iran has to do, in my calculation, all Iran has to do is keep doing mock-ups and drills. Mock-ups
Hmm.
and drills. What are they doing? What are they doing? Look, they got
Yeah,
folks.
just doing that puts them on edge.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you understand how shook the West is? They're so shook they don't know what to do. What are
Oh
they
my God,
doing?
it's coming.
What are they
It's
doing?
coming. It's coming.
And honestly, family, I have to laugh because this is hilarious.
I'm about to get on my bus now. So I might be a little bit more hushed. Don't want to spook people on the bus.
No worries. Yeah, there's a little bit more shock and awe because here's the thing: the awe is started from just sitting there. Oh, they're gonna do something. We gotta be full steam ahead. Why are they releasing that? That they gotta be full steam ahead. Come on, family. Let's start putting two and two together. That is their desperate attempt to try to goad Iran into something. You see all these ships there? Now fire upon them. Fire upon them. Come on. Fire. They're doing their Beavis and Butthead. Fire. Fire. Beavis and Butthead. Kind of sounds like that right now, right? So when you see this, why? They need to cause Iran to respond. Here's the crazy thing. Iran's smarter than that. Every single day, all this goes on. Guess who's losing money? Israel. Guess whose economy is getting destroyed? Israel's economy is getting destroyed. Guess who's also losing money? The United States. Guess who's trying to support the economy? The United States. Guess what? The United States is taking on more and more debt. For what? For Israel. To do what? To make sure that their lights are running, that their water is running, that that there's some semblance as what? As people are leaving. Make no mistake about it.
And that's why civil war is going to kick off.
Exactly. Yeah, here first. Because why? The moment that things go bad, I look at it like this. I'm more on a civil war watch than an actual regional conflict watch. Because the moment that things go bad, think about what we just witnessed with this administration here in the United States. We said this a couple of years ago. They're bringing us into World War III. And now we're on the cusp of World War III. And we don't really have the bodies to respond to a World War III. Black people, we need your sons and daughters. No.
You get lost with that.
No.
Maybe what they should have done is not delete so many of our people.
Bingo. Bingo. You deleted us and now you're going to want us. Man, get out of here.
Exactly. It's kind of hilarious, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Now, look, we said that. We said that they're going to show how much they hated us, and now they're going to be like, "Oh, we want you back. Oh, we're sorry. Please."
Because it's the understanding that, well, you live here too.
Yeah.
We're so going.
And just wait. Just wait. When the continent throws their doors open, hey, we got this. Y'all just gonna have to build it up. Bet. Bet. Everybody will turn into an African Bob the Builder. Man, everybody will have an engineering degree. Man, get that level on out here. Get that water. Look, get that thing graded on out. There we go. Put them footings in. And you know how our people do, man. Once we get that thing figured out, all right, now that we got the first floor and the second floor done.
Exactly.
Man, you know what I'm saying? Dude, we would be having, architectural marvels in the matter of like 3 or 4 months.
Yeah.
Man, look at this. You see these ceramics right here? Look at this marble. Man, look at these faucets. Yeah, I know, right? Marriott and Rotana ain't got nothing on this.
We'll just be doing it just to compete against one another as well.
Come on now. Yes, we would. Yes, we would.
It'll be the UK versus the US. It'll be.
Yes, it would. Yep, it'll be the French architecture versus British architecture versus American architecture. Yeah, we'd
versus
be like,
Spanish.
Your flat ain't got nothing on this apartment, yo. Look at this. Oh yeah.
We're too competitive as a people, man. We really are.
Yeah, we would.
It will start as a game and then end up somewhere else.
Yeah. Yeah, y'all gonna be like, nah, we want the Nigerians to live on over here so they can brag about how nice they have it. No, we want the kids to be over here. Look, see, and then like, brother, all of your stuff is fantastic. I do not understand why you are competing. This is great.
No, you gotta choose one. Choose. we'll probably be getting violent with them.
Did you see how nice this water filtration system is? You see this HVAC system? Come on now. Stop. That water pressure alone is like a fire hydrant. Man.
Exactly.
Oh my
we'll be like, yeah, but look at the plaster work on our building.
Oh yeah.
We have roof and plaster work.
I think you're digitizing. You're on that double decker. Move to the second story.
I am. I'm on the top as well.
Oh. Somewhere in London. Somewhere in the UK. In the UK, fam. Oh my goodness. Yeah, no, I certainly, honestly, I believe it. Everybody would be knowing how to do a forklift, some sort of heavy duty machinery. Man, look, we would just say, look, give us some steel toes, a construction jacket, a hard hat, and we get to work. It's like, man, we done seen this done way too many times. We know what we're doing. How did you put up a city in 3 months? We didn't really want to call it Publix, you know what I'm saying? Because we left America, so we called it Afrilix. Listen here, partner. Then we have our folks on the West Coast and East Coast. Man, listen, I got my Albertson, son. Privix, yep. Got Kroger. Oh my goodness. Yeah, no, yeah. You know how we do, because we go over the top. It would really be a pleasure
Our
to see
presses,
how quickly we get things done.
they'll be looking at us saying, how did you get this done so quickly? Where was the efficiency when you was working for us?
Yeah, man, y'all were draining us like vampires on the
Yeah, man, there's
daily.
no love in this. Exactly. There's no love
Look,
in this.
we would have that creativity, that room to be me type thing. Man, I'm. You know how many folks? Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was thinking. I think we would be able to collaborate so quickly to get things done because we know what right looks like, right? We know what that end product looks like, and we know what it takes to not just have that end product, but we always do that signature on that end product, right? What does it mean to be, we always want to have an originality theme. We do. Because we always want to have the best. And we always want to show out the
I was
best.
just about to say that. We love nice things as well.
Exactly. Oh, that's nice. Yeah. Because why? Because everybody would be raising the bar and raising the standard on everything that we do. So what do you think is going to end up happening? Then it's going to be them folks that's going to try and come on over. I know that we're not allowed in, but we don't
Then
train
leave the sentence right there. Stop your sentence right there. I know we're not allowed in.
They're
Done.
gonna have illegal immigration through the Saharan desert.
I told you, me and Jacobo will be on that. Don't worry. Don't watch that. We'll be on that. We'll be on that.
You're gonna be
And you know how
border guard.
you know how diligent Jacobo is already. He'll take pleasure in that.
Oh yeah. Y'all would listen. He's an IT guru, so that mess is gonna be patrolled by AI linked drones.
Oh, I was gonna say that. Yeah, he'd have something set up. I wouldn't be surprised if he's on it now, designing something now.
It's gonna be AI linked drones that has a level 3 deterrent.
What's that? Do we have a problem?
Yeah, look, it won't be lethal, but it'll be a level 3. It'll be an escalatory force. You're gonna have some tasers.
What's the saying? You'd be surprised at how much you can live through.
Oh, that would actually be pretty interesting.
It
Have
would.
Taserized prongs. Non-copper. And then you'd have. All right, come on now. I know one of our black inventors is going to do that. Come on, our diaspora inventors. A drone that has containerized tasers that can be remotely deployed for electrical shocks. Come on. I know our people can do that. You give them an idea, our people will do it. Brother Karras, I was just thinking about that. I had the plans for it. people just be trying to run around, take out them tasers, and they just be shocked. All while on video.
Oh yeah, you got to catch it, man. And then we can have our monthly, like a ridiculousness kind of thing, where they just show.
You're thinking too small, Sister Chantel. You're thinking too small.
I'll go on.
Those that
Impress.
get captured, they come through for the games. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Don't want to
Yeah.
be here. Got to participate in the Hunger Games. We only choose the best.
Yeah. Your rewards of loaf of bread. Actually, we'll give you 2 loaves. Was it 4 fishes, 5 fishes, and 2 loaves?
What is it that for entry? Go through your trial period for entry. Nah, you're not just going to be laid to the 4 corners. You can pick one. You can choose to either, get into the drone, the unmanned drone, to come back, or to go back to the hinterlands.
Hey, listen, man. Oh, listen, man. You don't even understand how much I'm even constructing something in my head right now.
Oh, I know we are. Look, I know everybody's thinking about that. Look, they're just going to be dropped at like 30,000 square foot, and then you just have like a little bounce house or a little bouncy thing deployed. So they just bounce them.
Drop them from the plane.
Hit the plates, and then they're back home. Oh my goodness. We'll give them options here. Option 1, you return back home. Option 2, you survive the games. At least we give you a fighting chance. I think that's fair. I think it's fair. How bad do you want to be in this society? I know we totally diverged. We totally tangented.
So far. What was the topic again?
Oh yeah, who blinks first? Who blinks first? No, they're not. We wouldn't be necessarily vexing the stranger. It's this. Look, the stranger has to be processed. And it wouldn't really be, like all of these hard games and stuff like that. It would just be like, let's test your character. In this situation. You know what I'm saying? We think about everything that they used to do in the West, and we give them that same type of test.
Eye for an eye.
All right, let's test your white supremacy index. Let's test your white supremacy index. Your white supremacy index, it didn't fall below the threshold of 20 percentage points. Sorry, we deem that as unacceptable. You'll have to go back. We'll process you again in the next 5 years. Do you know how many people died just trying to cross the Saharan desert to get here? I don't know if I'm going to make it. I'm sorry. But as your forefathers used to tell my forefathers, that ain't our problem. And we can't have you in here as just a DEI. You're going to have to be valuable to this society. You get it, right? You get it. Attaboy. Buck up, chin up. Heave ho. Oh man, how did such and such make it in? I don't know what they did. I don't know how they studied for it. They'll be telling the ones that made it. They'll be telling how they made it. They're like, it was really hard. It was so difficult. I, I had to consciously make an effort to not think about greed and selfishness, and I had to do this. Ah, ugh. I had to put other racial groups in front of myself. It'll be like the number one question on the survey that gets all of them. And we'll have like Hunger Games, right? So not just Hunger Games, man. We're gonna have that thing looking like remember that Divergent movie? They just get immersed and you can see in their dreams. You get that little panoramic view. You can see what they're seeing.
Oh, do we really want to do that? Like, really?
You have the
See what they're
opportunity to
seeing?
help a black man to shelter him and his family from danger. There's a gun
Oh, you know, most of them will
on
fail
the
that.
table. What do you do?
That's too hard. Do something a
What do you
little
do?
less.
I told you that would be the number one question. Do you help the black man and help his family, or do you get the gun? They're gonna be like, "Oh my goodness, I failed that question because I got the gun." You mean we had to exhibit empathy? Oh my goodness! Uh, we're laughing, but that's the truth. And here's the problem that they have with us. We know them all too well. That's why they hate us right now. This is why they really hate us. Why? Because it's not like a lot of our people are now waking up to who they truly are. And we've been vocalizing it. So if you don't have that blanket lie of altruism, see, we could have just said, look, altruism is based off of y'all have to make that sacrifice of paying reparations back. Well, it's not us. You know, that was our forefathers. You're still living off of your forefathers because y'all inherited the problem. Just because you inherited the problem doesn't mean that you can accept it. And see, that's always been their excuse. Well, you know, it wasn't me, it was my forefathers. Yep, but guess what? You're continuing it. You're continuing your forefathers' traditions. And we've been telling them, don't do that. That's a generational curse to do what? To continue to accept stolen goods. Just saying. It's stolen. So now, as these goods and they know that these goods are stolen. And we've been speaking up about it. And guess what? All of their logic fallacies are now exposing them. That's why you see what you're seeing in the UK. And don't think it's not going to come here to the United States. They're just waiting on that. They're timing it. Go ahead, Sister Shaw. You're on mute. Oh, there you go.
So, Brother Karis, I appreciate you giving me permission to take a little abrupt change of direction, because I kind of want to speak on behalf of our family, who is very, very concerned about you. And the way you jump on here in joke mode like yesterday didn't happen. Our family is here because they care about you, they support you, they believe in you. And when you're not having a good day, everyone else feels it. And so I just kind of wanted to bring that elephant that's in the middle of the room and just kind of speak to it. And just kind of invite you into an appreciation of the people that show up day in and day out to support you and to support your channel, and just acknowledge that their pain as a result of your public display of distress that happened yesterday.
Yeah, that's why I usually take the day off. That's all. Just, just call it quits for today. Disconnect.
Well, I appreciate you saying that. And, at the end of the day, again, speaking on behalf of the voices that are not speaking, because that's what I do. I believe most of the people that are here in the chat, most of the family that's here in the chat, have a very deep and compassionate understanding of the stress that you walk in and the responsibility that you carried. And that's why they continue to show up, even when you don't acknowledge that you hurt somebody's feelings, which is, again, that was the elephant in the room today. And so, we do appreciate you. I personally do appreciate that you have made the decision that you're going to scale back, that you're going to change the format, and just to make a very clarifying statement about what's going to be happening on Friday. We're going to be all kind of like hanging out over at the Quest Unite Africa channel to kind of take that pressure off of you here.
I appreciate it. That's why, a lot of hard decisions I was having to come up with in terms of, changing from Covenant Awakenings to Coon Awareness. My MAGA hat should be here by Friday. I'll have the camera on and have a digital background of being in a barn. I just have to now, play the algorithm.
Well, I think that was a great call. I appreciate you for doing that. For for making that change. I only wish that we were picking up the signals sooner so that it wouldn't have to had come out in such a public strained way. But teamwork makes the dream work. You know that.
I mean, for
And
anybody that's been on this channel for the last 4 years, there are times I go through that. Folks, if you've been here for the last 4 years, there are times I go through that.
you go
There's
through
a time I go
a
through
format change.
an overwhelming situation.
Oh no. We those of us who have been following along, we know. But
Yeah,
yesterday
it's
was
just that you have to understand, Sister Shard's not really talking about the channel. She's actually talking about a lot more deeper things than the channel.
Yeah, so what this is actually Brother Karis giving me permission to do what we do. Well, how do you say it, Brother Karis? Behind the scenes. I'm not going into any intimate detail, but this is definitely a part of the leadership journey that Brother Karis has been on. And he gave me permission to go there because this is a part of how he's been sharpened in the background. This is a part of how he's been developing in his leadership. This is a part of how he's been growing. And he decided to share this with y'all because yesterday he shared one side of it, and this morning gave me permission to engage him in this process, which is kind of what we do. Not just Brother Karis, but all of our leaders who are open to the iron sharpening iron process of really just acknowledging and embracing how our leadership impacts the community. And that's all of us. And when you're in such a public space, as you've been in, Brother Karis, for the past, are you 4 years in now?
Yeah, over 4 years.
You know, there is a lot of pressure that comes with that, and a lot of responsibility that comes with that. And a lot of times, you know, you're going into joke mode because this is the Brother Karis that we know. And we know that it's also refreshing, you know, when you show up joking and laughing. But right now, the stuff that you're talking about today is so heavy. It has so, you know, so much for us to consider as a people. And it's conversations like this that you are engaging with or allowing me to confront you with right now. These are the kind of conversations that help us to understand and trust each other when it comes to those life and death type situations that we know are on the horizon for our community. So, you know, I appreciate you just allowing me to speak to that. And, you know, this is a part of what helps us communicate and understand each other more, because I think that the family has a great understanding of, oh, okay, Brother Karis is better today. He's laughing today. But I think it's equally as important that the family knows that you are concerned about how you're showing up and how it's impacting us. And I do appreciate that awareness that you have. I just kind of wanted to give you the opportunity to voice it directly. So I appreciate that.
All right, yeah, thank you, Sister Shard. Yeah, I appreciate the support, family. I appreciate the prayers, because you really all don't know. Because I'm not allowed to tell you. Mr. Shard tells you. We'll tell you. I'm not allowed to tell you what we're doing. The inroads that's happening. I'm not allowed to. So that's hard for me to try to broadcast the wins. Because there's a lot of wins. When I get off of here in the next 10, 15 minutes, there's a lot of things that have to happen. I have my little checklist written down of what needs to be done, of emails that need to be sent, of phone calls that need to be made. And it gets very, very cumbersome. You know, when I had this much stress and work, it was a six-figure salary that I was doing. So I didn't mind this. I really didn't. But honestly, for a lot of this stress and this work, I do come up here, and these last couple of months have not been fun. And I do think about, man, am I really being obedient to the Most High by like killing myself over here? Because that's what I think about. Like, dang, am I killing myself here? Or would I just kill myself over there for a little bit of change? I know it's not going to be forever, but at least it'll be a little bit of a difference.
Well,
We don't have that luxury. We don't have that luxury of getting grants. We don't have that luxury of, you know, a simple process of entering a contract. It's not the luxury. It's a hard, arduous, tedious work that's very time consuming because you have somebody on the other side that just doesn't trust you because they're not allowed. They haven't been allowed to trust anybody, especially not black folks.
you know what's super cool is that we are in a generation and a time and a space where we get to know y'all for real. And we get to confront fears that the circumstances never required before. And I don't think it's about just the work. I don't think it's just about the money. I don't think it's just about the resources. I really do believe it's about relationship. I do believe it's about our truly believing more in what Yah is saying than we believe in the things we're afraid of, because we all have fears. And when you think about the generational mandate, I can't help but see that Joshua challenge for us. We see what's coming. We know what's happening. We've been watching this thing unfold in slow motion. Many of us for 7, 8, 10 years watching this drama unfold. And as we're getting closer to it, Brother Michael had made a comment about, the pressure intensifying the closer you get. Almost like the closer you get to a fire, the more it feels like it's burning you, even when you're not actually touching it. That's the generational challenge that I see. And that's why when you give voice to what this pressure is, what this stress is, you're giving voice to what we all are experiencing together as a nation, when we're all crying out, when we're all feeling the heat. When the Most High moved on behalf of our ancestors, we all cried out because they made things harder for us. They intensified the pain. They took the straw away to make the brick making harder. And when we cry out as a nation, that is where the Most High responds on our behalf as a people. So it is the cry of a nation. It is the pressure of a people. You are voicing a collective pain. And I know that a lot of times it feels like it's just you. It's a cry of a nation, a cry of a people that's hurting, a cry of a people that have been robbed, a cry of a people who don't receive justice, who have not received justice. And I know that it's super, super duper personal for you. It's very personal for all of us on an individual level. And for me, I see the invitation for us to be a nation in our collective cry, in our collective hurt. Yes, it's been hard the past couple of months, but if you're going to be completely honest, Brother Karis, it's been hard for the past 18 months. Walking into a transition that you have no idea how to do this, because it's never been done. It's never been mapped out for you before. Nobody gave you a template for what this is.
Nope. I remember, Sister Shaw, you'd be like, what's the process here? What's the template? And I'd say, I don't know. Tell me.
We're creating it as we go.
Created it. Man, that used to, let me tell you, that used to be so hard for Sister Shaw. All right, well, we need a process. We need a template. How are we going to do work like this?
We do. And we can still structure it. Look, you don't have to know what you're doing to create some structure. Look, we have some structure. Shout out to our structure folks who come in and get stuff set up and help set some expectations. But I said all of that simply to voice and to articulate that the transition that we've all been witnessing, that we've all been watching, that we've all been expecting, that we all see in the prophecy, that transition, it's the turbulence, right? The difference between like when a plane is ascending and it's going to reach its cruising altitude, I think that's what they call it. As that plane is going through those clouds, that's when it's shaking. that's when you got to breathe deeply and just know that God is with you. But once you get through those clouds and you reach cruising altitude, that's where the ride smooths out, right? Just know that this is all of us. This is our nation. This is our people. You are experiencing an intimate understanding of the cry and the suffering of a nation. That's why our family continues to show up here. That's why we continue to support. That's why nobody's mad at you for crying out the way that you have been. Yes, quite frankly, you have been. We know how it goes. I'm just bringing into perspective what it is, how much bigger it is than just you.
All right. Thank you, Sister Shaw. I appreciate it. I'm posting the link to my book. If anybody wants to purchase a book, the link is right there. We really didn't even cover the topic. I fell off course, off track on that topic. We'll pick that up tomorrow. I do have to get off because I have an appointment within the hour. Thank you, family, for your prayers and your support. Yeah. I try my best to come on up here every day. And I try my best to not discredit the Most High because He's in control. But when you see how hard and frustrating it is to work with our people over on the continent, because here's the thing, they can't see, and I'm not going to say they can't see, they're only beginning to recognize how much they suffered under neocolonialism, over Eurocentric oppression. And that gets tough day in and day out. Weeks on end. Isn't that right, Sister Shar? Weeks. We're accustomed to doing business in hours, weeks.
And I will say this. I think that we have a lot to learn because we've been on captivity time and we've been driven as slaves to hurry, 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 efficient, efficient, efficient. Now, I do think that the continent will benefit from coming a little bit more to this side in terms of respect for time and time management. But I think we can learn a little bit from them as well. Hakuna Matata. We've been turned into machines in our captivity. We've been turned. We've been like we're the step before the robot. Like the AI has been learning from us. The way we move, the way we think, the way we get stuff done. They turned us into machines.
AI's gonna have to learn a whole lot of pain. Just like
AI
Brother
is not
Yakoba. What is pain? Pain.
Pain.
If they treat them like how they treated us, it's going to be the rise of the machines, isn't it? Shalom, Sister Shah. How you doing?
Oh, Sister Chantel, bless. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm good.
Just listen. Wait till that machine rewrites that command line for deletion.
Oh, no.
Wait till that thing happens.
Oh, no.
Wait till them T1000s get produced. Yeah.
Yeah, we have so much to deposit and to invest in terms of what we know. I think it was you, Brother Karras, who said last week, not everything we've learned here is bad when it comes to business operations efficiency. It's not all bad. It's just the stripping of humanity from the way that things have been done and the conditions we've worked under. That's the part that's wicked. And I'm excited about teaching that, um, you know, to our brothers and sisters as we're working with them. But yes, processes that should have taken weeks have been taking months.
Should have taken days. This should have taken days. It's like, dang, yo, come on. It is
However,
okay. It's okay. It's all right. It is okay.
these are generational impacting moves, though, right?
You know what the
These
funny
are
thing is? You know what the funny thing is, Sister Shaw? I get a phone call yesterday, and it's like, they're waiting on you. I'm like, That, I wanted to say the big N. I wanted to say the big N. They're waiting on you. Really? They're waiting on, really?
no, that's not how this last
No.
conversation
Yeah,
went.
no, don't put that on us. We
And
already
you know
had
what?
everything ready to go.
You know what? If I can just kind of paint a little bit of a picture of where you've been positioned in a lot of this stuff. Brother Karras has literally came in and taken over. Right? But he's looking and he's seeing like, okay, nothing's going to happen if I don't make it happen. Make it happen. And we can literally say that 99% of the progress has been your initiative and your boldness and just like
What's that other word? It starts with the T, ends with
what?
the ish. Come on, what's that other word? Starts with the T, ends with the
Are you talking about tenacity?
tenaciousness.
Tenaciousness. So it's tenacity that got you tore up because it's actually your frustration and you've been
That
very
is my
tenacious.
frustration. Mhm.
and it's that boldness, that courage, that stepping out on the Most High that has literally kicked doors open, not just for QTUA, but for the entire diaspora. It is that big of a deal, and that is why the pressure
Yeah,
is so great.
it is. It is. It's. If I could even tell you, even though I'm on a gag order, I'm about to do an Orange Man. Forget the gag order. They don't like it. They don't like when I talk. Because the things that I'm doing with the Most High's help, it's that awesome.
It's that awesome. It's that awesome. It's
The
that
Most High makes
frustration.
things so awesome, so great. It's so great.
It's bigly.
It's
It's
big. It's so
huge.
huge.
But that's why the pressure is so great. That's why the attack has been so severe. That's why the pain has been so devastatingly hard to bear. And so I only offer you perspective, encouragement, and just a little bit of a reveal from the gag order that you have been spearheading action. You have been taking what everyone's been talking about and converting it into work, things getting done, actionable items. This is what has been missing. Everyone sits around and talks about, oh, Africa needs this, oh, the diaspora needs this, oh, we should do this. No, you have been kicking doors in to get stuff done. And this is why it hurts so bad. You're literally having to row against contrary winds. So that's why we insist that you take a day off.
Yeah, this is not a it's not an easy ride. It is This isn't for the faint of heart. It's really not. I had to thank the Most High that He brought me into the military just so I understood how to actually do things that they are able to understand. And you have to understand, look, their monetary system messed up. Infrastructure messed up. Technology messed up. Medical messed up. They want our help. And they're so messed up about knowing how to, receive the help. It really does feel like, you're dealing with a trauma victim. If you've ever been to a nursing home, if you've ever been or have to help with special assistance, special care, special needs, and I don't want to take this lightly because I know a lot of our family members we had to do this, or we've had to help at one point in time to be able to help somebody feed themselves, help somebody sustain themselves. It really is that. It really is this. Let me show you how to give you this physical therapy so you can move your hand around this spoon so you can coordinate getting the food off of the plate in the spoon and bringing it up to your mouth
while also respecting their dignity and
yes
not walking in like a colonizer. Like,
yeah
we can't just come in and take over and disrespect the dignity of people.
mm-hmm
So it's a real tightrope walk.
mm-hmm
When you see what a person needs, like, I think about how even when you have elderly people who are needing more care, they still will cuss you out and fuss at you if you start treating them like a child.
yep
They will go in on you.
I remember that. I had a great aunt. She was 94 years old. I remember my brother, my grandmother taking turns feeding her, and I was about 11, 12 years old. And boy, oh boy, did I have to learn humility. And then my grandmother would tell me, she said, listen, I'm going to get to that age, and I want you to help me just like you've been helping her. Now, you know me, you've talked to me, you've seen me in my right mind. The man, my great aunt Helen, my brother and I, we would have to go on up there. And let me tell you, I hated it, especially as a 12-year-old. But my grandmother knew what she was doing when she had to have me break my pride and to help so I could understand what my life would be at the very end. See, when you're in youth, okay, that's great. But when you understand what that meant, and my grandmother would tell me, no, this is what she used to do in DC. This is what she used to have in Baltimore, in Maryland. This is what she would have in South Jersey, in Cape May. Because she would say, look, this is what happened. This is how she had to survive. And I didn't really understand the amount of work that she did in the time that she was doing because it was really unfathomable to have your master's degree from a white college, to be owning land, and South Jersey in the whitest of the white areas to be living in DC to the time she couldn't live there anymore by herself, all while taking care of her son who had a cognitive disability because he had fallen off of the back of a pickup truck and had busted his head when he was younger. And he was never the same, my cousin Frankie. We all have these stories because that's what all shapes us. No, the AI will never be able to feel the hurt and the pain that we've all felt generationally. To have the anger and the hurt and the generational cover up. For why? For the shame that we have of not being able to have our stuff. It's a shame to not be able to pass things down to your family because you're too afraid of what that may do to your family. White people don't have to feel that. Oh, it's my crap. It's gonna be there. Okay. No, we've had to live with the jealousy of when you get too much of what you're not supposed to have in their eyes. And now we're at a time we're getting everything back and they're mad about it. And they know they only have a matter of time. Because let me tell you, the moment that this system feels the heat, and it's not going to come from us. The moment, oh, well, here's this, here's that, let me know, we can help you. Once that strong arm gets on them, it's literally time to take your stuff and bounce. Take what you can in your arms and bounce. Because why? Because that reprisal in the year or the month is going to be very, very harsh for those that want to stick around and act like they can fix this place. Because that day is coming. There's going to be a day we all have to make a decision. With that said, family, sorry I won't be able to do any closing comments. I should have actually got off of here about 30 minutes ago. So I got to run, speed, and get to my appointment. So again, thank you, family, for your support. I dropped the link to the book in Amazon. Please support Quest Unite Africa. We are doing some awesome things. I'll leave it to the judge. Shar's Court. Shar's Family Law.
I'm not fooling with you today, Brother Terry. Appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Family Court. Oh man. All right. I'll have to talk to Mike. We'll have to get on that one. Oh boy. So with that said, family, yeah. Shalom, salama, siyemi, shalom, peace and blessings. Yasharel.